Hello, my name is Rafly, student ID 131239194, and for my vlog, for my pengenalan to teknik mesin class, I have chosen my mechanism of the automatic air freshener, and to be precise, the Stella automatic air freshener. I'm going to be explaining how this mechanism works. So first, by disassembling it, I have loosened the screws first because it will take too much time to loosen the screw that's too tight from the factory. So first, you would want to open this part, which is the containment part, which is supposed to contain this, which is the refill for the can, and the can will get its liquid from here, where it would, if you see this nozzle here, it would press this nozzle, which will release like scented gas into the chamber here, somewhere in here, and that will come out here. And for what powers this thing is, as you can see here, is two AA batteries. So for more details, this is the Stella automatic air freshener, which is designed to release bursts of fragrance air at time intervals, ensuring that like a room stays fresh, smells like consistently fresh. So we've covered that it is powered by battery, and it uses a refill for its gas, and there's also a timer here. There's a timer switch here where you can pick the time which it sprays, and for this model it sprays every 20 or 30 minutes, or you can spray it manually by pressing this button here, which then will also manually press this, so it'll spray when you press this. And for the spray mechanism, when the timer reaches a set interval, the device activates a small spray nozzle or release mechanism, dispersing a fine mist, like just a little bit of aroma into the room, so it won't be really strong. But for this model, I don't believe there's a spray. Oh wait, there is a refill indicator which will blink red when the refill is low, but the light bulb, it's here. Wait, let me open this. So this is the mechanism, and there's a light bulb here which would indicate when like the refill is already low. So for more specifics on the electronics, this model uses AA batteries, two AA batteries, and it is that supply low voltage direct current to the control circuit and the actuator, and the power source is selected for energy efficiency to ensure long intervals between battery replacements, so it won't be replaced that frequently. So to better show how this mechanism works, I got some AA batteries here. Hopefully they still have health in them. See, there's a, when you put it in here, there's a flash of green light from the light bulb here. So if you set a different timer, it will blink, the light bulb will blink, and this is the timing circuit. So this is the timing circuit, and the device integrates a programmable timing circuit, often based on low power microcontrollers on timer IC, short for integrated circuit, which controls the actuation frequency, which users can select, like previously stated, 20 or 30 minutes, which is programmed into the timing circuit to the signal actuator. So what this does is when it hits 10 minutes, it will send a current into the solenoid, which moves something that presses this later on, which is this thing. Wait, hold on. Which is this thing here. Where you put this. So it will be like this. And when it reaches the time, it will be pressed like so. And mist will come up from here and from the shell here. So so for the actuator mechanism, when triggered by the timer, a small motorized or solenoid based actuator engages to apply force on the nozzle to the fragrance canister. This force releases the controlled quantity of fragrance, creating fine mist that disperses into the environment. So for every spray, it is the same amount, so the cartridge will last longer, so it won't be like such a waste. Sadly, I couldn't really open these parts because it's glued in, I believe. Oh, wait, come on. So this is it. The solenoid is here, and when it reaches the timer, it will spin and like compress here. But I believe that's all for this. And to put it back, here, this is like the circuit. This is the button. So when you press this, the actuator is here. It's supposed to release the gas. And you see here, there's also a resistor here. And that's basically it for the circuit and the mechanism. Now to put this back. So once everything here is put in place, you just put it back on here and close this part again and put back the battery cartridge and just tighten the screws, and that's basically it for this mechanism. So for how it's produced, so for the injection molding for the housing, this part, this outer part. So first, material selection. The outer casting is usually made from durable plastic like ABS, which is acrylonitrile butadiene styrene, or PP, polypropylene, due to their toughness, impact resistance, ease of molding, and it's cheaper to use polyester for production of these kinds of things. So to make this, injection molding is done, where the plastic housing is manufactured through injection molding, where melted plastic is injected into molds to form the front and back shells, like how these are two different parts which will be combined later on in the assembly line. And the pieces are then cooled and ejected and trimmed. So for the finishing, the molded parts go through finishing processes like sanding, painting, and coating, and are inspected for their defects. And for the internal mechanisms and actuator assembly, the actuator mechanism, the actuator, typically a small electric motor or solenoid is assembled from smaller components and positioned to interact with the fragrance catcher's nozzle and the timing circuit and microcontroller. A small PCB printed circuit board is developed and populated with necessary components like the microcontroller, resistors, capacitors, and LEDs. Surface mount technology (SMT) is used to place this component precisely. And for this module, it doesn't have any sensors. And for the fragrance canister, the fragrance formula is created by mixing like essential oils and perfumes to smell like coffee. And for the filling and sealing, the fragrance mixture is filled into canisters or gel containers. Aerosol canisters are sealed and pressurized, which will then, when you press this, will release like pressurized perfume gas. And for the list of classes in mechanical engineering that could be used to create this, as far as I learned, are of course introduction to mechanical engineering, engineering design, thermodynamics, and fluid mechanics for the gas. Material science to cover the materials needed to make this, manufacturing process to understand how it's made, mechanics of materials to analyze how strong the product is, and the mechatronics or electromechanical systems for the circuit boards. And that's basically it. Thank you for listening.